Good morning. I'm going to try to go through what I did to turn the water back on my system after winterizing it last fall. I did it just a couple days ago, I guess about a week ago. Down here in the water pump area under the bed, there's two valves. This one down here is the valve that goes down into the water tank, and currently it's open, and you can tell with these knobs here because they're oval, and when they're in line with the pipe, the valve is open. The other valve is over here, and it goes to the hose that you put in your antifreeze when you winterize. And this has a valve right over here, and it's currently off. And you'll notice the valve is perpendicular to the line, indicating it's off. Those are the only two steps here with the water pump area. Reversing the winterization, I'll move on to the water heater. Now the next area, I'm here under the sink by the water heater, and it's got two valves here as well. And these are to bypass the water heater when they winterize it so that you don't put 6 gallons of antifreeze into the water heater. These are the two valves, and when they're pointing in toward the tank or in toward the faucet, they're in the position that routes the water through the pipes here into the tank. I guess you're going to have cold water go in and hot water come out and go down through this line. When you winterize it, you turn these to prevent the water from circulating through the tank and basically go through this bypass hose right here. So these are currently set to open. On the outside of the trailer, this is the cover for the water heater. What you want to just double check in here is that this is in and tight. When you winterize, you do the bypass on the outside and you take this connection off, this nut, and let the water drain out. Get the 6 gallons of water out of the water heater. So you want to double check that's in there and it's snug. Other area you want to double check is the low point drain pipes here, and these two. These are currently off. When you winterize, this drains the water out of the lines because it's the lowest point in the system. They're almost right under where the water heater is. You can tell they're off because these are perpendicular to the pipe. There's red one is hot water line and the white one is the cold water line. Now toward the rear of the trailer underneath it, pretty much by where the sewer hose container is the water tank drain plug. It is there, it's a white line. It has a faucet and you can tell that one is off. When it's open, it drains the water tank. You want to make sure that's closed. It probably will be. So now we've gone through those other steps. You can put water into the system. Your two choices are to fill your water tank, which you'll probably do at some point, or hook up to a water source, city water, whatever you want to call it. Put your hose up there, tighten this in. Now that you've gone through and checked all those faucets, all those bypasses and so forth, and got them set to where you think they should be, and you have water in the tank, or you've got it hooked up to city water, come into your trailer. If you're going off city water, you don't need to turn on the water pump. But if you're going from your tank, turn on the water pump at this point, listen to the water pump, make sure that it runs to a point to get water into the system, and you probably want to turn one of the faucets on to let some of the air out of the system, let it pump up. It should pump until it pressure rises the system. The first time through it takes a little bit. If it's city water, just go to each of the faucets and open both the cold side first, make sure water is running freely, then go to the hot water side and let that run. That'll take a little longer because what you're doing is pumping water into that water tank. So you got about 6 gallons of water to pump through there. It'll spit and put out foam and whatever else, drain the lines of any pink antifreeze they have in the lines, and wait till the water's running freely on each of your faucets while the water pump is on or seawater is hooked up. At that point, you've done that to all the lines, and you think the hot water tank is full, you can try turning on the water heater, but don't turn that water heater on until you're certain that the hot water lines are full of water. You don't want to turn that on when that thing is empty.